Welcome to the MobbGod show. Home of the unapologetic, where we do what the fuck we like, because we never waited on permission. Straight from the heart of Louisiana's capital city, we bringing you the stories they won't tell, the conversations they can't control, and the game they hope you never learn. Raw street culture, music, business, politics, and real life experiences coming live from Baton Rouge to the rest of the world. Welcome to the MobbGod show. Welcome back, episode 3. We are finally getting the hang of this thing. The MobbGod show, live from the 225. You know, we got some interesting topics today. We're gonna go over a few things I want to talk about, and I don't think people talk about them from the side that I'm able to talk about it from, so we're gonna get right down to it. Make sure y'all get your advertisements in. If you want to advertise on the show, contact Tay or myself, the MobbGod show on that page, or you could use the Mob Media Center page. Let's get that going so we can shout y'all out, get your businesses off the ground. Whatever we could do to help, that's what we gonna do. But I was looking at the internet all last week, and a lot of people had opinions about, you know, the whole Pooh Sheisty and Gucci Mane situation. What it do is the Honorable MobbGod checking in. We appreciate y'all checking us out. Make sure you stay tuned, because we're going to be doing shows and new episodes every week covering a broad range of topics. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. The MobbGod show. Condoning it, right? My question is, when is it okay in the black community to go from a street nigga to a grown man? Because at the end of the day, that's the goal, right? You know, the goal is to use whatever money you've been getting, however you've been getting it, find your exit strategy, and go legit so you don't have to take penitentiary chances in the street. And a lot of times we hold each other to these codes that nobody really following at the end of the day. But yet everybody trying to hold each other feet to the fire, and then as soon as you in the interrogation room, or as soon as the shit hit the fan, or as soon as you get caught up in something, you giving everybody else up. And a lot of times these guys don't know when to stop being street niggas and turn into real men. You know, if you in your 30s, you know what I'm saying, you in your 40s and you still doing young man activity, then like I say, you ain't grew or you ain't learned nothing over that time. So you really just wasting your breath, wasting your days, wasting your steps. And a lot more people surprise me by condoning that bullshit or condoning these street codes that they don't even live by themselves. And I knew a long time ago that I ain't want to do what I was doing forever. I ain't want to have to, you know, I'm telling myself I'm out here for my family, but at the end of the day, if I was really out there for my family, I wouldn't even be doing that, because they need me alive and free. So when you purposely putting yourself in harm's way, and when you shooting yourself in the foot trying to maintain these street codes that ain't nobody living by for real, then you getting in your own way by doing that shit. Which brings me to my next point. The way Pooh Sheisty handled that shit was just absurd. And people saying, oh, Gucci made a statement. But if you recording it, and your partners, mind you, it's 9 people they done called for this one guy, they robbing this one person. You done called 9 people. That was a shitty plan from jump, because you already got the ankle monitor on, which they can monitor audio and talk to you, and you know, you could talk back on the ankle monitor, and I don't think people know that. Part 2 is the fact that they knew he was out of bounds and out of pocket. So that's another infraction upon himself. 3, the more people that's involved, the more likely it is for something to go wrong, or for somebody to flip and tell, because they say 2 can keep a secret if 1 did. And that's just how the saying go. You got 9 people. You got the dad in there. Just stupid all around, and y'all videotaping the actual events. And I've been in situations like that before. And it looked like they wanted Gucci to be afraid. And it looked more so like he was agitated that you trying to pull this monkey ass move and it's not gonna get you out your situation. So he did all that shit for nothing. And if you thinking that this was a solid plan, like it's really 10 dumbasses if it's you and 9 other people going to this idiotic ass plan, and then you got people that ain't never been in shit condoning that shit, thinking that that's the way to get out your contract. Because I've had contract disputes, and it's well known and publicized, you know, that I don't like Trill and I don't like the way they did business with me. But I would be a fool to go up there looking for them and trying to do them people bodily harm as opposed to trying to take care of the shit the right way where I can stay alive and free and be able to spend that same money that I believe I'm owed. You feel what I'm saying? And the fact that y'all skipped all them steps, you probably had the money to get a lawyer and didn't get an attorney. And I want people to realize, Gucci had Young Thug, Gucci had the Migos, Gucci had Young Scooter, Waka Flocka, OJ the Juice Man, all these people who have had decent careers or moderate success, and a lot of them have went on to make their own deals where he got out their way. If it wasn't for him getting out people like Thug way to sign whatever deals he wanted to sign, I could see if his body of work was that of a hater. But he ain't never held nobody up. And then when he dropped the people he dropped, he wanted to keep Pooh and the other guy, Fujiano, because he must have saw something in them. But I ain't never knew Gucci to try to get an artist hot just to hate on him. Even Nicki Minaj used to be with Gucci Mane. I ain't never knew him to hate on them, on these artists, and stop them from getting a bag. So you really jumped ship, and I believe God had a hand in that because you already know this your arch enemy. But at the end of the day, they still had to do business together because Glorilla is signed to Gotti and Pooh signed to Gucci. So now all you did was you making more money for him, and now you still ain't got the situation resolved, and you got dumbass niggas out here in these comments talking about Gucci snitching and he did this, and that. So was that snitching when they recorded the shit? Was that snitching when these dumbass niggas robbed the white people that was with Gucci that ain't had nothing to do with that? You know they wasn't gonna let that slide. Was it snitching when the motherfuckers started putting the watches that they took from these people online? You dummy. Make it make sense, bro. And this is why we ain't where we need to be, because people condoning idiotic shit and thinking that's a solid fucking plan and something to look up to. Oh yeah, that nigga a real gangster, boy. That nigga went, yeah, he went out like a sucker. You can't spend none of that money you making, and I guarantee you he ain't owe that man as much as they said he owed him. And you flying off the handle because you want to be up out the situation. Like you could have handled that shit way better. And what's the most shocking part is how foolish motherfuckers sound trying to justify a dummy that's already on federal probation. Right? They trying to justify pulling a move like that. Y'all motherfuckers need to be locked up with them. Just stupid. And that's what's wrong with the community. We do a lot of stupid shit, and then we quick to holler, free this person, free that person. No, these dummies, this dummy did it on camera, and we talking about free him. Shit, he might go rob you next. Because your day coming. You sitting up there, free him, free this, man, listen. Some shit is inescapable, bro. The last thing we wanted to do back in the day was do shit to let the police indicate that we got something going on. Nowadays, it's like motherfuckers in the cameras wanting real time to let you know, man, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm living this life. This how I'm. Man, that's crazy. We tell the internet every fucking thing and then act like somebody put the fucking, you know what I'm saying, put the spies on us or put the people on us when you telling them every move and showing them. And that's how I know motherfuckers, they mind ain't developed. Because these primitive ass plans y'all coming with, you couldn't fight your way up out of paper bag. You know what I mean? Let alone fight a case. And that's insane to me that we glorify the wrong shit. We glorify negativity. We glorify dumb shit and things that hinder us instead of propelling us to higher levels. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gotta come a time where we stop looking up to niggas that's going in and out of jail all the fucking time. Like, that's done. We gotta stop looking at the niggas like they cool because they ain't come to school with nothing but a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, a pencil in their pocket. You ain't even got no fucking backpack. Like, in the black community, we make it cool to lack intelligence or to not know shit or to not be smart. And I find that dumb as a motherfucker. And if those type of people are raising the current kids that we have now and we see what's going on, they ain't get it from nowhere. They ain't get it out the blue. They had to learn it from somewhere. So when can we transition from a street nigga to a businessman? If I'm running a fucking company, a label where there are multiple lawyers involved, board meetings, paperwork, checks written, you think the best way to go in there is with firearms and your partners out the hood? Don't make no sense, man. Alright. NBA free agency going down. You know, we love the NBA, we love basketball, period. So, you know, we gonna keep up with that. But the big news is one, where's LeBron going? And two, the Jaylen Brown trade. And what's more important to me to talk about and address first and foremost is the Jaylen Brown, the Jaylen Brown trade, because he's been one of my favorite players because of what he does off the court. I got an aviation background. I'm into physics. You got to know a lot of physics to do that. You got to know a lot of science and math. You got to have a mechanical mindset, know electricity, know how science works, know how different elements, you know, impact each other. This just all, you know, stuff that he into outside of basketball. But we come from an era where they tried not to let the players get political, and they wanted the players to stay hush on certain things, or they would actually instruct the players to not say anything politically motivated. But he has always been one of those people to be vocal about current events, past events, injustices, you know. And white people not used to that. They feel like, we paying you so many millions, you should shut the fuck up. And most niggas look at it like, man, I'm making so many millions, I need to watch what I'm saying because I don't want to lose this. But here's a person who got their shit together, who went to a prestigious university, who graduated from that shit, who went back and got some more education. And they always accuse him of trying to think he's the smartest in the room when he's never said that. But I can't help if you feel inferior when I walk in the room, because I have that effect on people, and I don't mean no harm. I'm just here to do what I came to do. I can't help that you feel the way you feel when I walk in the room. You know, your insecurities is not my responsibility. My job is to be the best version of me I can be. And if I want to dribble in the daytime and study at night or learn different shit at night, this man giving seminars and all type of shit, speaking at these universities. And it's sad to say that's why a lot of these big name companies haven't taken him up on representing, you know, being a spokesman for the company, doing commercials, big shoe deals and whatnot. And this man took the Celtics, you know what I'm saying, to the playoffs. And not only that, they was number 2, and Tatum was hurt most of the season. So it don't sound like his stock was a problem. The fact that we still have to justify looking out for our people or educating our people or wanting to do right by our people or making sure the legacy is passed down of different things that we learned about our history. It's no way that should have to be explained when we not shying away from it, we trying to meet it. And now that these players have their own voice and their own social media accounts, and we in a day and age where real time, I could come back online and rebuttal what you just said about me. I can answer everything you just said. You can't get mad at how I come back because you chose to talk about me first. And that's what be killing me about people like Stephen A. Smith. So when he reply, you're supposed to be talking about whatever he got going on with basketball. They don't make it about the game no more. They make it about people's personal lives and all that. That's where the gray area come in, and that's where I'm gonna defend myself because boom, you're not talking about the game. You're talking about something I got going on that ain't got nothing to do with basketball, and it ain't negative. I see if it was negative, I could see them saying something about it. Like back in the day when Jordan them had the gambling problem and him and Barkley was wasting all that money at these casinos. You ain't never seen LeBron or no Jaylen Brown and no shit like that. And people forget that. But when a black man doing the right thing and being an exemplary example of what a black man should be striving for, now you're not finna put me in a box and just think I'm supposed to dribble. Nigga, I am a millionaire. You think I'm finna be a millionaire and be controlled? What was the point of me getting millions if I'm gonna be a millionaire getting controlled? And them thinking that they paying you X, Y, and Z supposed to shut you up. No. I can do more for my people now that I have these millions. And that's really how that shit's supposed to go. And it's sad that he gotta defend himself about more than just basketball. If you had a problem with his game, cool. But they got a problem with everything he doing off the court, which most people, if he wasn't no famous basketball player, would look at as oh man, he really doing his shit. This is somebody who got their shit together. But as an athlete, they don't want you to say nothing. You know? He went to Philadelphia. They thinking LeBron might go to Philly. I don't know. But the fact that he ain't want to close out with the Lakers, and we see what the Lakers are bringing to the Lakers, who has been a traditionally, Showtime was mostly black. And a lot of people that came through that franchise that were celebrated are mostly black, right? And though it may not be on purpose, I'm not saying it's on purpose, but the fact that you giving the team a complete makeover and nobody is black, what's the problem? These are, to me, they're not even good trades. But it seems like they just want a whole new brand of basketball in LA. And they must be trying to cater to a different demographic than what they've been catering to. And then you got to realize a lot of these teams now are getting bought out by companies who just look at it as a business. They don't really care about the legacy of the team. They looking at if it's going to be profitable. So we're not looking at, is this guy a good representation of the team? We're looking at, if he's not doing what we ask him to, that means he's going to be trouble in the future, and we need to get rid of him. What it do is the Honorable MobbGod checking in. We appreciate y'all checking us out. Make sure you stay tuned because we're going to be doing shows and new episodes every week covering a broad range of topics. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. The MobbGod Show. Jay-Z back in the media, so he probably about to drop something soon. Everybody kind of anticipating, you know, he don't just do shit just to do it, and people are anticipating that he about to drop something. He called himself making a statement with the Afro shit. Nobody really understood it. Then boom, they promoting products. All right, that's cool. What it seems like though with Jay-Z is he not gonna pop out until he want niggas to spin with him. After the Kaepernick shit, we boycotting, and then he go and God damn, is that gonna pick? I know that's gonna pick up.
No, so just give you the signal.
Yeah, I clipped that out. But yeah, Jay-Z only pop out when he want niggas to spin with him, and here we go with the, you know, after you turned your back on the Kaepernick situation. God damn. Regular truck ass niggas. Yeah, Jay-Z, you turned your back on the Kaepernick situation, and then you join the NFL and say, we pass kneeling. Now that you can make some money off it, we pass kneeling. Just like black people was boycotting the Target shit. Now that you got a partnership with Target, you know what I'm saying? It's cool. And that's what he do. Time and time again. Like even with the title shit, he got it the way he wanted, boom. Got people to come over there, boom, sold the company out. So a lot of times he gonna do what's right for him as opposed to doing, you know, something that's gonna help black people, which you don't have no obligation to help all people. You don't. But don't pretend like you really for us, because then he'll drop some bars and make people think he going at the white folks or making them think he's so different. But really, he's an opportunist that strikes when the time is right after he's alienated whoever helped him get in that position. So yeah, you got people back at Target after Target was being boycotted by black people for a while now. And here you go wanting to sell your record in there and build a partnership with them. It's never about us. It's never about what the people gonna benefit from. You already then came up, you got what you're supposed to get, and then some. On the backs of other people. You're a shrewd businessman, I'll give you that. You made good moves. But at the detriment of what? All the people that came up with him. It's never nobody going to the next level with him. It's, oh, I'm gonna fuck with you for right now type shit. Okay, it's this well and dried up, let me go ahead and boom. You want to throw you under the bus, boom, boom, boom. So outside of that, you rubbing feathers with some of these political, you know, pit pedos, PDFs or whatever you want to call them. And none of that shit sit right with me, bro. It really don't. And I feel like sometimes as black people will pander to other black people and play on their emotions as well to get them to buy into a product. You know what I'm saying? We need to hold JLMO accountable because he steady backdooring these deals that only benefit him. You know what I'm saying? So it make us wonder, is Dame really tripping? Is Kanye really tripping? Is Beans really tripping? Like these are all what's that? D Haven? Is he really tripping? You know what I'm saying? Like all these people, they never went to the next level with you, but they helped you on the level you was at the time. And a lot of people try to do that, you know, in life. They try to use people as stepping stones as opposed to trying to build with you. They want to win off you, not win with you. You see what I'm saying? And you got to be mindful of those kind of people because at the end of the day, shit, if it ain't no team effort for real, like on no authentic shit, man, you got to keep people from around you because I could do bad by myself. If you really with me, cool, but don't be shooting holes in my boat. And I'm thinking we paddling together and you trying to sink me and you got a fucking raft in your pocket. And that's how people be moving these days.